Hi, I'm Chris with Sun & Property Management, and today I want to tell you how we screen for tenants. I'll give you a clue. One is obvious, two, maybe not. All right, the first thing that we do to screen for tenants that may not be so obvious is how we set up your property. We want to make a property that attracts the most qualified tenant, where tenants who can afford to be picky really like the property, and tenants who maybe wouldn't be the best fit feel a little bit uncomfortable in the property because they feel like they might be held to too high of a standard. Our philosophy here is that like attracts like, so we want your property to look like the kind of tenant that we want to attract. So it needs to be clean and neutral colors and things of that nature. The second thing we do is probably the obvious one, a very thorough background check. Any property management company worth its salt should be doing a thorough background check where they're looking at things like evictions, criminal records, credit scores, prior bankruptcies, any delinquent debt, whether or not there's any debt owed or prior rent owed to a prior property management company or landlord. We're going to be looking for things like mortgage payment history and several accounts that maybe are in collections. The other thing that's really important as part of this that some property managers miss is talking to and actually getting prior landlord references. I can't tell you how many times we've actually called a landlord reference for someone we're about to approve, and they give us some super important information that kept us from getting a potentially bad tenant into an owner's property. The last thing here is we're going to actually look for some cash up front. So they can look really great on paper, but they may not have much money in the bank account. Some folks are used to living paycheck to paycheck, and that's okay, but it's not okay for the tenant that's living in your property when you're dependent on that rent. We want to make sure they have some rent to buffer. So we're actually going to require a fair amount of cash up front. We do a whole lot more, and there's a lot more involved in that, but at a high level, those are the three things that we do to screen for tenants for your investment property. If you want to talk to us about this or anything else, please feel free to reach out. We'd love to talk to you. All right, thanks.